Thanks, Liam. We welcome you to the Flemington Ice Arena for Friday night Breakout Sports Broadcasting Hockey. It's the Montclair State University Redhawks and the Rider University Bronx. My name is Matt Fusillo, riding solo tonight here on BSB. Just about set for hockey between the Bronx and the Redhawks. First meeting this season between these two teams. Redhawks wearing all red. Red jerseys, red helmets, red pants. Bronx in their typical white uniforms with the dark pants and dark helmets. We'll get to the starting lineups in a moment. But for the opening face-off, it'll be Aaron Pape for the Bronx and Braden Ryan for the Redhawks. Both teams are set, banging on the benches. Pape and Ryan, we're underway. Fought for at the opening draw. Ryder takes it into the zone. This is Blazak. Quick shot off the stick of Pape, just 9 seconds in. And that'll be covered for the whistle by Jonathan Hager. Bronx starters, Shane Smith, Aaron Pape, Alex Blazak with Jake Bennett and Joe Cusimano on defense, with Sean Klein getting the start and goal. And for Montclair State, it'll be Marco Trosbach, Raymond Getz, Braden Ryan, Ryan Calandrillo, Christopher Wallace, and Jonathan Hager in net. Bronx get a change. Off the stick of Blazak. Now at the red line, the captain, Kenna. And we're going to have a whistle here for a hand pass. So 41 seconds in. Thanks for joining us here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. And spending your Friday night with us here on YouTube. Rider Bronx back in action, spring semester. It's been a rough go of it so far this year, but still got a handful of games left, looking to finish strong. This is Ty Schneider. He'll punch it in, goes around the other way. Morello's on it there. And here comes Montclair State. There's a shot that goes wide and out of play. That was Robert Quinn, 74 in red, shooting that. So first offensive zone draw here for the Red Hawks. Douglas wins it over Kenna at the blue line. That's tapped wide past the stick of Bennett. Now looking for it is Quinn. There's a shot that's covered by Klein for another whistle. So still finding a smooth pace of play here. We're about 80 seconds in. Tripped up, no call, was McKeach. Falling down to the ice. This is Bennett on it. He'll skate it forward. Backhand pass right near the rider bench off the boards. Skated ahead and gloved by Klein. He'll leave it to play for Cusimano. Joe Cusimano up ahead. Here's McKeach. It's a giveaway. In the corner. McKeach outnumbered, trying to buy time. Stepping in is Gutt. Now Gutt down low. Montclair State gets it into the neutral zone, but this is Cusimano who plays it. Off the stick of Bennett, nearly a bad giveaway, but Turner's there to help him. There's Jacob Libra, 6 in red, almost got it. There's a shot by Bennett, and making the save is Hager. Down low for the whistle. Matthew Tavares on the draw. Taken away by the Red Hawks. Eric Coyce. Schneider's the first one there behind the net. Played off of Gregory Oliveri. Blue line shot redirected and a pad save by Klein. Almost trickled through. Good positioning there from the rider netminder. Back below. This is Schneider again. He'll skate it forward. He takes it himself. Looks ahead. Turner's there. He puts on the brakes. Cusimano. For Kenna. Back for Cusimano. Ryder looks to get started here in the shift. Smith, and now Cusimano. Bronx are outnumbered, see what they can do. Blazak steps in to help them. Christopher Wallace is there for Montclair. Wallace ahead. Too far out of reach for Ryan. And here's Smith again. It's a 2-on-2. Smith for Bennett off his stick. Into the corner. Good look there for the Bronx. But they couldn't pull off the shot there. There's one that went well wide. And taken back the other way by Trasbach. Will this be icing? No, yes it will be. So Montclair ices the puck. We'll take it back to the right side of your screen. Ryder elects for the far side. Kenna wins it back. This is Jackson Call at the blue line. It's taken away. Here's a 2-on-1. Trosbach shoots, scores! Marco Trosbach breaks the ice. 1-0 Montclair State. It was a giveaway by the Bronx. Right along the blue line. And the Redhawks wasted no time converting on the 2-on-1. It's Trosbach. Just over 4 minutes in. Call. Now Nada. Kenna. Another giveaway. Ryder loses the puck. Blue line shooting. Saved by Klein. I don't believe it was redirected there. Down to Vea again. That one goes off the far boards. Morello's able to get it out. Now McKeach. Gorman. Saved by Klein again. He'll get the glove on it for the whistle. Face-off won by Montclair. There's a shot that was blocked. Getting another attempt on it was Oliveri. Klein stood his crease there. Now Cusimano with it. Cusimano shoots and a save by Hager. And he will cover. Well, it's the first game back of the spring semester for Ryder. We'll get into the recent results and the upcoming schedule throughout the course of the game. Skating it ahead is Oliveri. Trying to take the puck out was Turner. Here's a chance for the Bronx. Off the boards. Turner shoots, saved by Hager. Lebos plays it for Crispino. Sharp angle try. Pad save made by Klein. There's a tipped pass played in by Libros. A little bit of a move put on by Oliveri, and Klein's able to make another save. Klein making a lot of low saves here. Here you see our second camera angle. Got that all set up now. Our technical director, Colton Reynolds, is pretty fired up. Game before the Ryder game got pushed back, but I don't believe these teams were notified. They were waiting a little longer than they could have. The game was a little bit delayed. I think that's why. Previous game took a while to end, because that one was delayed. Here is Blazak. Heavily outnumbered. Basically a 1-on-4 there. Schneider for Smith. Nothing to come out of that one. Back the other way. There's Quinn, a slapper and a blocker save. Waffle boarded into the corner. Off the skate of Blazak and taken by Raymond Getz. 7 in red. Punches it off the glass over the linesman's head. Now here's Call. Applying the pressure is Wallace. Schneider will play it to the neutral zone. Off the stick of Pape. Vea is there. Pape delivers a nice check on Vea. Vea loses the puck. Now Smith takes over, tries looking for Pape at the doorstep, and they couldn't get that one through. Here's McKeach. McKeach takes it around the net. He looks. Still looks. Down low. Bennett, shot that gets through. But Hager read it all the way. He'll make the glove save for the whistle. So tonight against Montclair State, tomorrow on the road at University of Maryland. We'll see if that one still gets played due to the snow. I don't believe there's word on that yet. But some of the other games in the area have been canceled with the incoming storm on Sunday. So we'll see what happens. Especially going to another state in Maryland. There have been several other BSB games this weekend that have been canceled or postponed. Here's a chance for the Bronx. This is McKeach moving in on Hager, and there's going to be a penalty. It'll be a holding call. So McKeach, who does a good job at drawing penalties, does it here. And first power play of the night goes to Ryder. McKeach, Pape, Kenna, Blazak, and Schneider are your 5. Off the draw, trying to clear it out. Barely not able to keep it in. Here's a 2-on-1. Look out. Montclair up ahead through the legs of Douglas. Couldn't control it. Quick shot again by Douglas. I don't know if any of you heard that. That was Ryan Douglas who's shooting and dropped an expletive there. In a funny way, he was laughing about it. Basically saying, I can't score for you know what. Off the draw again. Here's Kenna. Looks to get it started. Kenna, almost another giveaway. Blazak plays it down low to the other corner. Blazak with it. Down to Schneider. Schneider again. Up for McKeach. Cross ice feeds off the stick of Hager. That was Blazak shooting. A minute to go in the man advantage, and they score! It's the captain, Ryan Kenna. Power play goal, tie game at 1. So Ryan Kenna on the power play. And we'll see the replay. It was Schneider. Blazak tipped by Kenna. And that's a good goal in the man advantage. So there's the equalizer. Kenna's 6th goal of the season and his 13th point. The junior from Connecticut. Here comes Montclair. That was Wallace tried shooting it. Now Bennett at the red line. This is Coyce. Takes it back to his own end. And this should be icing. Yes, it will be. So another offensive look for the Bronx here. off the icing. Smith looks for Blazak. Here's Call. Center ice, he'll fire it in. Coys is there. Batted down by Smith. Taken ahead by Trasbach. Trasbach got the first goal of the game. Tricky play there. And blocking it with the right pad was Hager. Now McKeach. McKeach takes it himself. Tries to weave his way in. He's got Kenna back on the ice. And it's taken over by the Redhawks. Here's Trasbach again. Marco Trasbach. He shoots again. And is saved by Klein. Jackson Call with a bump, always playing physical. Having some words with Ryan Targove, it looks like. Yes, it is. 24 in red. Shooting at the point was Vea. Someone got a stick on it. Nathan Goldberg. He'll shoot. Another save by Klein. Kusumano's on it. 8:30 left in the first. 1-1 game thanks to Trasbach and Kenna. There's a shot, and that goes in! Braden Turner on a giveaway goes bar down. Coming out of nowhere, Turner. And the Bronx take the lead. And we will take a look at that one. Thought there was going to be nothing that came out of it. It was a backhand pass by Nathan Goldberg, and Turner was all over it. And if you're on defense for Montclair, that's a play that you cannot make. Making a pass into the open like that, you got to make sure there's nobody there. And for the Bronx, they had Turner applying the pressure. And you'll get good results when you do that. We saw it there. Turner breaks his stick now, and Klein's able to make the cover. 7:43 left in the first. That's Turner's second goal of the season. And you got to feel good about that goal if you're the Rider coaching staff. I mean, applying the pressure. You just got the equalizer a few minutes prior on the Kenna power play goal. Now you take the lead. Played by Hager. Getz. Now Libros. Blazak. And we're going to have a stoppage here. Neutral zone draw. Pape and Douglas. Douglas wins it back. Getz will play it. Looks for Douglas. Coyce. Behind his net. Off of Quinn. Now it's Blazak. The 274s trade the puck. It's Coyce again. Almost taken away by Ty Schneider. Smith went down. Now it's Michael Sadowski. Shooting attempt went wide. Now Schneider. Turned over by Trasbach. Another icing call at Montclair State, so we'll take it back. Well, these Montclair State uniforms, very old school. They look just like the Detroit Red Wings. I believe it was their Winter Classic jerseys from a few years ago. That's what I see when I look at them. Very similar resemblance with that white stripe and the, instead of the old-fashioned D, it's the M for Montclair. Trasbach across for Vea. Klein's able to stop it. Looks like we have an injured player here. It's Christopher Wallace. And it's going to be a penalty. A subtle call there, so power play for the Redhawks. Ryan down for Trasbach. Calandrillo taken away by Pape. Tries to kill a few seconds. Barely onside. Will play on. Now Blazak is able to clear it the length of the ice. Penalty call on Matthew Tavares. And cross-checking is the call. Trasbach, cross. Shot didn't have much of a chance. Oliveri. Another stoppage. 5 minutes and change left in the first. 1:16 on the man advantage for Montclair. 2-1, Bronx on top. Oliveri wins the draw. Trasbach. He'll look. He'll play it back down low. Shooting one that gets through. Saved by Klein. Bennett with a check. And the Bronx get a clear. Power play halfway over. Libros. Passed back by Calandrillo. Here's Libros again. He'll shoot. Blocker saved by Klein. Here's Vea. Looking for Targov. There's a one-timer. Couldn't get through. Got past Klein. And the Bronx with another clear. They'll get a change. Penalty killers are Kenna, McKeach, Schneider, and Call. 10 seconds left for Tavares in the box. So one more chance for the Redhawks. This is Wallace. Back to even strength. Jackson Call. He gets slowed down. Punched out by Schneider. Here comes Pape. The 2-on-1 with a hurry. Pape saved by Hager. Then it goes off the post. Pape shot. Hager got a piece of it. And then just barely hit the outside of the post. Call. Blazak. Back for Pape. Bronx get a change, so they're looking to buy time here. Smith is there. Trying to keep it in is Pape. But getting there first is Quinn. Skating it forward is Douglas. Bennett. Taken by Douglas. He'll punch it off the boards. Got stuck in Calandrillo's uniform. Pops free. Cusimano with it now. Keeping it in, sliding is Aiden Cox. And now Bennett. Should be icing, and it will be on the Bronx. 64 seconds left in the first. Glove side face-off for Klein. Getting that second camera angle there for the face-off. Saved by Klein. Puck is still loose. Klein dives out. Couldn't cover it with the glove. And now we have a stoppage. We'll see what for. And the net came off. This is a good first period for Sean Klein. Freshman netminder. He's made some pretty big saves. And Montclair's getting a good amount of shots here in the first. Here's Blazak. All by himself. Saved by Hager. Off the stick of Call, down to the last 15. Maybe time for one more rush. That'll go in, played by Lucas Longo. That's going to be offside. As Shane Gutt was still in the offensive zone when Blazak touched the puck. And that will do it for the first period. Barely any time left on that face-off, so the teams will go to the locker room. First period goals. Kicking things off for Montclair State was Marco Trausbach early in the game. That was a 2-on-1 on a giveaway. Then Ryan Kenna with the equalizer on the power play. And the Bronx taking the lead. Braden Turner. Coming up, the intermission. And don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back for the second period after the break. Welcome back. Start of the second period. 2-1 Bronx here at the Flemington Ice Arena. Bronx win the draw, quickly given away. There's a hand pass off the Blazak shot. So offensive zone draw for Montclair. Blazak took the shot off the hand pass in the offensive zone, so they bring it back the other way. Cusimano looked for Pape. Here is Pape. There's a shot almost trickled through. Blocker saved by Pape. Here's Kenna. He's got Smith with him. Now Cusimano. Kenna. He gets tripped up, and there's going to be a penalty. And back to the power play go the Bronx. They're already 1-for-1 on the man advantage tonight. It was Kenna who got the goal in the first. Pape and Ryan on the draw. Pape wins it back. Schneider. It's Pape, Kenna, McKeach, Schneider, and Blazak. Power play unit 1. Kenna, he'll look. Plays it for Blazak. They get set up. This is Schneider. Cross from McKeach, looks for Blazak. Too many passes there. McKeach had the Blazak, had the opportunity. A little too conservative on that one. Klein will cover it. It was a good setup, but they just couldn't finish there. Defensive zone draw now. Only 37 seconds elapsed so far on the man advantage. Blazak. Schneider shoots. That grazed the outside of the post. Blazak centering feed. Tried getting it for Pape. And he looked up to the rafters after missing that one. 45 seconds on the man advantage. Schneider for McKeach. McKeach has been out there the whole time. But he's also got Call, Smith, and Tavares. Here's Schneider for Tavares. Loses his footing. And it comes back into the neutral zone. Almost a bad giveaway. That was almost like the Turner giveaway on his goal. As that puck, a late whistle, hit the netting, so we'll have a stoppage with 7 seconds left on the power play. Shooting attempt by Wawas. Saved by Klein. Another attempt, and Klein's got that one. He'll cover. Playing the puck here is Vea. Pass over for Goldberg. Here's a giveaway. McKeach, he gets tripped up. No penalty. I thought for sure that was going to get called. McKeach drew a similar one earlier. Couldn't get it there. Here's a chance back the other way, and Klein's able to make the save. And barreling over him was a Red Hawk. That was Libras. Well, the whole Rider bench wanted a call there when McKeach went down. And now we're going to have a penalty on the Bronx. Here is Pape, 2-on-1. He's got Blazak with him. Blazak, great move and a great save with the left pad. Right by the skate, Hager. Pape with the nice pass. And that one is whacked high and wide. A wide open net for Oliveri on the other side, and he missed that one. So after Blazak couldn't cash in on that one, the Red Hawks are set up on the other end. 1:15 left on the power play. Down low, circling. Oliveri, they cut toward the front of the crease. There's another shooting attempt, trickled wide. Klein didn't know where it was. It was Libras shooting that one. Libras has it again. Shot across, and it goes in. Jacob Libras on the power play. And we're tied up at 2. Here's the Rider bench saying, get it back here right away. Don't let them get any momentum. So each team has a power play goal so far tonight. They've both had their fair share of opportunities. Here's McKeach trying to win the foot race. He does. Pickpocket by Gut. And it goes back the other way. This is Bennert. Bennert's in. He shoots. Saved by Hager. Bennert's back on it again for Smith. Chopped it forward. Pape. Backhander off the boards. Bennert again at the blue line. He'll play it up high. Batted down by Pape. Gut gets bumped into. Smith was there. Down to the blue line. Kept in. Smith again. Cusimano slows it down for Bennert. There's a shot through traffic and a glove save whistle by Hager. Here's Blazak. Blazak shoots, just missing. That puck almost hit the netting, but we'll play on. Here's McKeach, a backhander, scores! Brendan McKeach, little chip shot backhander. And the Bronx are right back on top. It's 3-2. And we will take a look. Let's see the replay. McKeach doing what he does best. He circles around, got the puck himself. Gets right to the slot area. And that's how it's done. Fifth goal of the season for Brendan McKeach. Shot saved by Klein. His 10th of the season, excuse me, not his 5th. Sorry to Brendan and the McKeach family. We're making him a little short on goals there. 10 goals, not 5. Only off by half. Tavares plays it for Gut. Gut trying to break through, and we're going to have a penalty. It's a tripping call. And it looks like the Bronx will go back to the power play. Eric Coy's trying to state his case to the official, not having any of it. Well, the power play has looked good so far tonight. That first unit back out there. Schneider will slow it down. Here's a takeaway. Breakaway, in all alone. Saved by Klein, he'll cover. It was Braden Ryan. Took it right off the stick of Schneider. And Sean Klein keeps it from being a tied game again. Reiner's got to look out for those giveaways. They've had several of them tonight that have led to some dangerous opportunities for the Redhawks. Here they control. McKeach. Schneider for McKeach. Schneider again. Here's Pape. Takes it in a little closer. Kenna. Now McKeach. He'll fire. That one just missed. Blazak. Schneider from McKeach. Pape scores! Aaron Pape. Another power play goal. 4-2 Rider. That was some pretty passing too. Got several sticks on that in a matter of seconds. Aaron Pape right in between the hash marks. Perfect angle for a shooter. And the Bronx up by 2. Klein's able to make another save. That's 20 saves now for Klein. He's having a very solid night so far. Game is past the halfway mark. 9:08 left here in the middle frame. Here is Gutt. Plenty of time. Cusimano. Now Tavares. That was Turner right near the blue paint trying to fire that one home. Cusimano for Kenna. We're going to have icing here on the Bronx. Winning the face-off was Douglas. Puck almost went in on that tough angle. 7:40 left in the second period. Wallace wins the draw over Kenna. Wallace shooting. That one just missed. Getting the rebound is Calandrillo. And Klein getting the glove on it once again. Here's Blazak. His shot saved by Hager for the whistle. So not too much action these last few minutes here in Flemington. With the Bronx with 2 goals here in the second so far. In on goal, and that one goes in. Montclair gets one back. It's Trosbach again. His second of the game. Didn't come from much, but Marco Trosbach has 2 of the 3 Montclair State goals here tonight. Bronx still on top by 1. This is going to be an icing on Montclair State. Morello looks for Kenna. Shooting attempt goes off the side of the net. And Klein's stick out of play. Bronx get a change, and Morello and Kenna were out there for a while. Get fresh legs out there. Tavares, Bennett, Schneider, Gutt, and Turner. Schneider. Off the skate of Tavares. Turner tried looking for Gutt. Skated ahead. This is Crispino. Antonio Crispino. Firm with the left skate. was Klein. Hugging that left post. Jamming at it here. And Klein's able to get a glove on it. I think the puck stayed loose there. Some of the fans behind the net wanted it to play on. They must have had a good read on it. But we have a stoppage. 4:59 left in the second period. Glad you're spending your night with us here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. And now we have an icing on the Bronx. Libras has the puck again. Pape. And this will be another icing on the Bronx. So both teams really struggling to get something started here. Ever since right around the halfway mark in the second. We did have a goal in the meantime, the Trosbach goal, a second of the game. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet these last few minutes. Douglas wins the faceoff over Pape. Puck goes all the way down, and no icing on this one. Shot, another glove save, and the whistle by Klein. 3:28 left in the second. Here's Turner. Flying in is Sadowski. At the 3-minute mark, here in the second, this is Bennert. Here's McKean. She's outnumbered. See what he can do. Losing the puck, but this is Kenna. He'll take it. And a save up high by Hager. Nice job by Kenna coming in with speed. Just took the puck himself after McKean was all by himself. Blazak, now Kenna. There's a shot by the Redhawks. It was Sadowski again. Klein's able to make the whistle. Call off his stick. Under 2 minutes to go. Smith trying to pop it free. Pape applies the pressure. Call is on it again. This time it's taken by Ryan. 2-on-1. Broken stick. His shot went wide. Stick snapped in half. Here's Blazak trying to enter with speed. Gets on defense. Blazak, what a move! Beautiful goal! Alex Blazak. My goodness! Several dangles. And we're going to look at the replay. You knew there was a chance. You saw Blazak in the neutral zone with that much speed. Anything could happen. There you see him flying in. And that is a top shelf backhand goal. Alex Blazak making it 5-3 Ryder. And that's really as pretty as it gets. Here's Kenna. Another opportunity off the stick of Gut. Blazak's 7th goal of the season. .35 seconds left here in the second period. Skated ahead. Down to the last 15. Off the stick there. That was Oliveri. And that one sticked aside into the corner. And one last attempt. That will do it for the second period. Second period goals for Montclair, Libros, and Trosbach again. And for the Bronx, they tack on 3 more. It was McKeach, and then Pape, and then Blazak with that really nice one just a moment ago. We will step aside here. Coming up, the break, the Lexus Intermission Report with Liam, Ace, Hank, and Biz. And after that, coming up, the third period, folks. Don't go anywhere. Third period here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. The score is 5-3 in favor of the Bronx. Last goal came with just a couple minutes left in the second period. Alex Blazak, beautiful backhand goal. So the Bronx find themselves up by 2 with 20 minutes to go. No icing here. It was Libros that got a stick on it to negate the call. Shot went wide off the stick of Oliveri. There's another attempt that was blocked. Calandrillo shooting that one. Net gets pushed around a little bit. Saved by Klein. And the Bronx are able to clear it down. This will be icing. So we'll take it back to the left side of your screen once again. The Bronx tacked on 3 more goals in the second period. Montclair with 2 of them. Marco Trasbach has 2 goals. And for the Bronx, they have 5 different goal scorers. So you like to see that, getting some goals throughout the lineup. There's a big hit delivered on call by Ryan. Shooting one, looking for the hat trick. That was Trasbach. First shot by Wallace goes out of play. Moving in on Klein was Ryan. He'll make another save. 25th save of the night for the freshman netminder. Puck goes off the glove of Trasbach. Losing his footing was Wallace. Tavares has Morello with him. Tavares will shoot himself and a glove save. Stoppage by Hager. Schneider. This will be icing. Played in the corner here by Getz. Here's a chance for Montclair. This is Crispino. Getting a shooting attempt there, saved by Klein. And another stoppage. Another penalty here on the Bronx. Jackson Call is going to sit for slashing. Shot gets redirected. Shooting that was the captain, Calandrillo. Another shot and another save by Klein. Klein's been really good covering those pucks down low, those low shots. So far tonight, 40 seconds have passed on the power play here for Montclair. Playing catch at the blue line, Ryan with Trasbach. I don't know if you heard that for those watching. I don't know what that sound was. What tune is that from? It sounds so familiar. I wouldn't imagine that you all could hear that, but a very unusual noise here in the rink. Oh, anyway, folks, it would be a little awkward if no one else heard it because you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But we will play hockey. And here is another noise on the PA system. What is going on down there? Phone was disconnected, heard some tune, now in the middle of a song. Here is a shot by Wallace. Net came off, but Klein fixes it. Vea, save, rebound, they score! Another power play goal for the Redhawks. And here we have the tune playing again. It's Michael Sadowski. So Montclair gets one back. It's 5-4. Still a lot of hockey. Over 14 minutes to go. We're going to need to get that noise before the end of the night. Going to ask ChatGPT. So Sadowski with the goal. Icing on the Bronx. He's been back and forth most of the night. And here we find ourselves approaching the middle of the third period. A one-goal hockey game. Pape and Douglas taking plenty of face-offs against each other tonight. Douglas wins this one. Shot is blocked by Smith. Coys. Another whistle. Getting word from our PA system operator. What were we hacked into by the Chinese or something? Our Jeremy Myers, our PA guy, said we might have been broken into. Maybe that's where the music came from. I'm not sure if that's the case, Jeremy. But you never know. Anything could happen in these ACHA ranks. Shot goes high over the glove of Hager. Schneider playing it here. He gets bumped into. Here's Call. Another giveaway. Fanning on that one. I think Tavares had a nice play there. A slight stick lift potentially breaking up that shooting attempt. And we're going to have another stoppage. Playing it in the corner here. Trying to dig it free. Gut has Turner. Bennett. Once again, Bronx up 5-4. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Puck played with a high stick. Will play on. Trasbach looking for his third. Stick to the other side by Klein. Bennett. Here's Wallace. Shot goes off the side of the net. Wallace tried getting his own rebound. Trying to pop it free with Smith. He does. He's got Blazak with him. Blazak, another nice move, and a shot. Glove save for the whistle by Hager. Blazak really has that explosive step. You never know what he could do. He's also a good stick handler. You can't rule out something special coming out, even if when it doesn't look like it. He's just one of those players that can make his way towards the net. Hager ended up making the save there, but reflecting on that goal at the end of the second. His 7th of the season. That one's covered by Klein. Ryder trying to hang on. 9:59 left in the third. It's a team that's really thin in terms of depth. They've only got 16 skaters. So several less lines than what's optimal. Puck was loose at the right pad. Schneider was there to help out Klein. There's a shot. Oh! McKeach was right there. Somehow it didn't go. Now call. Backhander. Here's Kenna. That one couldn't get through. And we'll have a stoppage. Great opportunity for McKeach. Somehow it stayed out. Libras plays it ahead. And we were mentioning only 16 skaters for the Bronx. They lost a few players throughout the course of the season. Several players leaving the team. And they didn't have too much depth to begin with in terms of numbers. Now they have even less. Here's McKeach. Tries to circle to the front of the net, loses his footing, and he bumps into the post. He'll get up okay. Glad to see he's fine. Sometimes get some risky plays with that when a player goes into the post. Eight minutes to go in the third period. Shot by Sadowski, saved by Klein. 32 saves for the Ryder goaltender. Both teams get a change. 9 goals so far tonight, combined. Pape and Wawa is in the draw. Montclair is really dominating the faceoffs tonight, too. Got almost double the number of shots, but still finding themselves down by. Longo. This is Lucas Longo, 10 in red. Plays it off the glass, behind the cage. Schneider tries to get it out. Getting hit hard was Coys, who went down. Now Schneider with it. Smith. Calandrillo up for Trasbach. Now Wallace. Call. Now Kenna. Turner tried to get there. Call kept in and gloved by Calandrillo. Here's Trasbach. Pass too far from McKeach, but he'll be... Turner's on it. His shot and save for the whistle by Hager. Under 6 minutes left in the third. Pape, Blazak, Smith, Bennert, and Cusimano. Another Montclair win on the faceoff. Smith keeps it in. Puck goes off the netting, so we'll have faceoff in the same spot once again. Pape for Blazak. Here he comes. He's got speed again. Takes it to the outside. Around the net. He's got Smith right there. Scores! A little bit of insurance. And Shane Smith, the freshman, it's going to be his first goal as a Rider Bronc. They collect the puck. Congratulations to Mr. Smith. And he'll make it 6-4, Rider. Shane Smith, first goal and second point in a Rider uniform. And Blazak did a great job setting that one up. Smith getting to the front of the net and just had to tap it in. So a nice first goal. Congratulations to him. And it's a big one. Rider back up by 2 with over 5 minutes to go. McKeach just stripped away from the puck. Sadowski trying to get one right back was Montclair. Klein and company said no. Here's another move and a nice save by Klein. That was on Eric Coys. Smith for Blazak. Blazak will take it around again. Similar to just a minute ago. Circles. There's a shot redirected by Smith. Looking for goal number 2 in just a matter of minutes. Shot blockered aside. That was Trasbach shooting. There's a check into the boards by Call. Playing physical. Libros. Trasbach, and it'll go all the way out. Back to the Montclair end. Turner. Gut gets checked, and now Turner steps in.
Focus on the player's center ice.
Looks like we have a injured player. So we'll take a quick break. And we'll be back on the commentary once that player gets up. Raymond Getz is the injured player from Montclair State. He's being helped off the ice. Heard a fiery pep talk on the Rider bench there. I couldn't hear who it was from. It was one of the players, not the coaches. Dropped a couple F-bombs in there, but basically saying, give it all you got. You got 3 minutes left. So that is where we find ourselves. It's 6-4 Rider with 3:06 on the clock. As the final countdown plays here at Flemington Ice Arena. Wallows gets checked. There's a shot that goes high. Shooting it was Ryan. And this is going to be icing on the Bronx. Cusimano trying to get the puck in the corner after a save by Klein. Bennert's there. Played out to safety by Turner. The net is empty for Montclair. Extra attackers on the ice. Under 2 minutes to go, down by 2. Empty net goal will basically seal the deal for the Bronx. Puck goes down. It's going towards the net. Won't have enough reach, though. Trasbach. Trasbach pops it up. Kenna. Now Bennert. And this might be a penalty on Montclair here. Looks like slim for the Redhawks. Again, won't have enough reach to make it to the empty net. Down to the final 60 seconds. Montclair's going to need 2. Shot is gloved. Don't think it was going to be on net, but Klein won't take any chances, so he'll cover with 48.2 on the clock. Face off to his right once again. Got tied up. Oliveri gets it back. Klein's able to make another glove save. That glove has been hot tonight. 33.9. Klein another save and another one. Still it's loose, trying to fight for it. And Klein with another cover and a whistle. 24.2 on the clock. So Ryder looking to get to this last buzzer. Hasn't been easy. Well, just got to get the clock down to 0. Oliveri, 15 seconds. Puck pops free down the length of the ice. Will this go in? No, off the side of the net. It'll be icing with 6 on the clock. Just missing the empty net. Bennert went down, his helmet came off. Don't see that too often. 2.4 on the clock. Cusimano will replace him for the final couple seconds. There's the draw, and there is the buzzer. That'll do it. Ryder wins 6-4. Great game in net by Sean Klein. Icing on the cake, Shane Smith, his first collegiate goal. Getting the 6th and final goal of the evening for the Bronx. And once again, they take it by a final score of 6-4 over the Montclair State Redhawks. Everyone crowds around Sean Klein. Really a nice performance. Gave up 4 goals, but made many saves. And this is a nice win for the Bronx as they kick off the spring semester. The goalies, Klein and Hager, first in the handshake line. As all the players shake hands here at center ice. For Matt Fusillo, our entire Breakout Sports broadcasting crew, we thank you for joining us and continue to tune in throughout the course of this spring semester. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.